Do you have a loved one that's currently struggling with PTSD? This video is going to help you understand it and give you some advice on how to help them. It's not easy to deal with complex issues, but we'll help you get started. I am going to share a story of a woman who was diagnosed with PTSD. But what is PTSD? Post-traumatic stress disorder is a mental health condition that's triggered by a terrifying event, either experiencing it or witnessing it. A lot of people around us suffer from PTSD and we are just not aware. PTSD is a psychiatric disorder that generally occurs in people who have gone through traumatic experiences, which would include any accident, a natural disaster, a terrorist act, or any other violent personal assault. It is a huge challenge to have a life suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and Sarah suffered it a major part of her life. People around her had no idea and they thought she had a normal life, a perfect life. She looked young, beautiful, was very talented. So little did the people around her know that she was shaken to her core by a disease which was undiagnosed mental illness. She got diagnosed with PTSD at the age of 35. There wasn't any single aspect of her life that was untouched by her mental illness. Her PTSD was triggered by multiple traumas, which included a childhood laced with physical, mental, and sexual abuse. Also, an attack at knife point, which led her to having suicidal thoughts. She wasn't the same after that attack. She didn't have any safe place, not even her home. She filed a report with the police. Rape counselors would offer her help and visit her often in the hospital, but she refused to take it. And it was one of the most tragic and worst decisions of her life. Even after months of the attack, she wasn't able to close her eyes and not vision the face of her attacker. She would go through terrifying flashbacks and nightmares. For at least 4 years after the attack, she wasn't able to sleep alone in her house. She used to check windows, doors, and locks again and again. Till she was 17, she had suffered a panic attack. After some time, she wasn't able to leave her house for weeks, ended her modeling career randomly, and this had become her lifestyle. After years, her symptoms reduced and she almost had no symptoms. She led what she thought was a normal life, thought that she had a panic problem. But then soon another traumatic event triggered her PTSD again. It was like her past had evaporated and she was at the same place of her attack, but now she had uncontrollable thoughts of someone entering her house and harming her daughter. She used to see violent images every single time she closed her eyes. She couldn't concentrate on her work or even complete very basic tasks. After some time, she stopped making friends or even getting in touch with her community. She used to lose concentration and forget where she was or who she was. She would panic on the freeway and would find it difficult to drive and also end her career. She almost lost her mind. On the outside, it seemed as if she had everything in control, but she again started staying more at her home and wouldn't leave her house. And about this time, she got diagnosed with PTSD. She felt so relieved once she got to know her condition and also knew that it was treatable. She suddenly felt safe in around 32 years. She started taking medicines and underwent behavioral therapy, which was a turning point in her life, which led to the regaining control of her life. She started building a satisfying career for her as an artist and started enjoying her life again. She started viewing life from a new perspective, which wasn't limited by her restrictive vision of anxiety. Her life completely changed within a year, and she came so far. She thought there was no cure and no healing. Now she is more than confident. She can control and work on her condition. She wouldn't have to suffer as she did before being diagnosed with PTSD. She was no longer at the mercy of her disorder, and she would not be where she is today if she hadn't had a proper diagnosis and treatment. It's very important to realize how critical it is to seek help. It has become a social dilemma that probably if someone is seeking help from a psychiatrist, that person is crazy, but this ideology shall end once and for all. If you are anxious, please go see a doctor, seek help before it kills you from within. Don't let it eat you up inside. PTSD is a very common disorder, and people having it aren't even aware of themselves. I hope Sarah's story was a motivation for you all. I hope you guys got to have a new and improved perspective on PTSD. We will be back with another video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take good care of yourselves and see you guys very soon. Goodbye.